Alaska. Unforgiving terrain, towering peaks, endless ice fields, glaciers as far as the eye can see. This isn't ordinary flight training. It's real-world survival. Today, Sienna, a student pilot, takes on her longest and most challenging flight yet. I'm guiding her through it, but she's the pilot in command. No room for error. Is she ready? Let's find out. Welcome aviators, my name is Chris Palmer. I am a flight instructor here at our flight school in Homer, Alaska, and also a Master CFI. And today you get to come on a very special journey. We are continuing to follow along with a student pilot. Her name is Sienna. Many of you have been following along. And we're going to continue that journey today on a long cross-country flight. It's required for flight instructors to go through some cross-country training with students, and this just happens to be one of the more epic ways you could ever do cross-country flight training with some beautiful, beautiful terrain. So in full transparency, this flight actually took place last year at the end of our flying season before Sienna went off to school. And weather really got in the way of getting her across the finish line on her private pilot certificate, and we were doing all we could to get the cross-country flight training done to get her there. The cross-country flights being one of the last things you do when you're getting the experience necessary for your check ride. That is the last test you take when you become a private pilot. So this particular flight condenses what would be a 3-hour flight, and we're condensing it into about 40 minutes here, and I hope to give you some really good points along the way, some interesting things, some entertaining things. And then it kind of comes to this really cool crescendo as we go throughout the flight when we get into the beauty of the mountains here on the Kenai Peninsula, where our flight school is located. It's at the bottom of the peninsula, and we essentially fly almost the entire peninsula on this particular flight. And you get to see some amazing scenery. We have to be careful here with some of the training that we do in the mountains, make sure we're picking our altitudes right, make sure we're careful about updrafts and downdrafts and wind and many decisions that go into this as we go along the way. So you'll see some of that thought process happen as Sienna is gaining that experience. And sometimes we get out our phones and we take some pictures and videos of the beautiful scenery, so we hope you really enjoy that. Lots to get into here and lots to absorb, and I hope you enjoy it every step of the way. Let's jump in the airplane right out here on the ramp in front of our hangar.
Close your door.
You want me to close my door?
Please.
Alright. You're getting cold?
Oh, it's time to go.
Well, we can keep it open on the ground. We just close it before we take off, but thank you, Captain. Yes. Okay. Alrighty. What's your plan for takeoff?
Parting northwest.
That would be northwest. I think, no, that's northwest. That's fine.
I knew it.
You got it. Okay, and then what runway? What are you doing?
Pilot's discretion, so... Is there anyone else out there?
I don't hear anyone. So what do you want to do?
Go 2-2, can't we just go straight out?
Yep, we could do that, or we could take off forward and do a turn in the pattern, whatever you want. Make the decision.
Go 2-2.
Okay, sounds good.
Homer Radio 2423 uniform, holding short at Bravo North with information Delta. Departing northwest towards Kenai, staying along the coast.
2423 uniform, Homer Radio, good morning. No reported traffic.
Okay, tell everyone you're rolling. Fly with your hand, of course.
Homer traffic 23 uniform, on the roll 22.
Okay, it's going to be a bit of a dog with saddlebags here in the back. I feel pretty nose heavy, or does it feel fine? Okay. Holy cow, it's a nice day. You can see, get that nose down and get that speed. There you go. Alright, just follow the coastline. Gosh, look at this day. I should have brought my camera. What was I thinking?
I look at Mount Douglas. It's pretty
I
cool.
know. You can see everything. Tell Homer Radio to activate, or ask Homer Radio to activate our flight plan.
Okay. I just say that. Homer Radio 2423 uniform. Can you activate our flight plan?
2423 uniform. Wilco, I got your flight plan here. We'll go ahead and activate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Slightly offended you didn't want to act or file with me, but that's okay.
Hey, buddy, I resisted the urge to press the magic green button that said activate because I wanted to activate with you.
That means a lot. Thanks, man. We'll see you back here soon.
In a room.
Wipe that tear away and I'll talk to you later.
There are two of them.
They will.
This is the perfect time to emphasize why activating your flight plan is important. It's a quick, essential step to ensure that someone knows where you're headed, critical for both safety and accountability.
Well, pretty day. Alright, so are you following your lines down here? You can start to head to anchor point, start to do a little bit more needle navigation.
Homer Radio, traffic.
So this is your flight plan, your legs, but if you go back to map,
Thank you.
and you can see where we're headed. So we're like, see this little line off to the side? But because that line isn't lined up with our arrow, we're just flying along the line we're supposed to go to, even though your little nugget's still
Do
on
I
top.
get back on the line?
Yeah, so you could go over, you could get back on the line, or you could just put your pointer and head straight toward anchor point.
Empire 4664, radar contact Kenai.
Alright, so now that we're at cruise, we can pull back that power. Let's do maybe 2400. You feel how like shaky it is? That's because we have too much fuel. So as I lean this out,
Hey, I'm there, 801.
8.5 gallons per hour, you're going to see the RPM slightly increase because the engine's running better. And the engine gets smooth. So always like paying attention to how your engine's vibrating, what it sounds like, just different things like that. Is just using all your senses.
So here's a key point here. Listen to your engine. Subtle changes in vibration or sound tell you a lot about the performance, and it's speaking to you in a way. When you lean correctly, you not only save fuel, but you also make the engine run smoother and safer.
I want you to start planning to land in Kenai, so get all the information you need set up.
Input 5060, found a visual this morning in the Homer.
Like the radio and stuff?
Yep, everything. Yep.
Input 506, roger, thanks.
Center Empire 8661.
So the first thing I do is just go to the information view for the airport. Okay, there you go. That's got everything in it, right? So then you got your ATIS, your ground, your tower, all that stuff. Cool. And it verifies it for you. That's nice, huh?
The weather too and stuff?
At least dial it in here and get it ready. So it's 3335, and you see it's already there. So then you remember how to swap it back to the active,
OUL.
and then just like Homer, you'd listen. And then I think it's nice for whatever airport you're landing at to know the runways and the patterns.
8 miles northeast.
So the wind's calm, so it's not going to tell you anything there. But if we pull this up and know that Kenai can basically tell us to do anything. But if we look at the runway here, it tells us right traffic.
I keep confusing the two. It's Regal 2 Lima Charlie or Beaver 62.
Otherwise, so it's right traffic for 02 left. Otherwise, everything left is standard. So just knowing that before you get in the airport. Now, you've never been to Seward, so we can talk about that during lunch. Like, making sure we know where the patterns are there. And then if we're at 3,500 feet and want to descend the traffic pattern altitude, how will you do that?
Indicating 6,500.
Are we descending now?
No, I'm just asking. I'm just having you think ahead of
Yeah.
time before you get to anything.
What is the altitude?
At the airport?
Yeah.
Well, you want to look at traffic pattern altitude?
That means I need like 5 minutes to descend.
Yes. There are a couple different ways to do that. You can go to this map view and it should tell you, I mean, we could change that. But here is where I look. Estimated time en route. So we got 11 minutes left until we get to Kenai. Well, you bored yet?
Oh.
Good.
I don't know how you could fly all the way to Wisconsin, man.
Yeah, that does sound pretty boring.
It was, but it wasn't that boring. Like, it was pretty intense.
I know, I'm just saying, man, that's...
Ryanair 70.
Because it wasn't Kenai, like we were in the middle of freaking nowhere, like trying to navigate around and be on time and do safe things. But it does drag on at the end. It drags on, especially once you get to the lower 48, to the flyover state. Alright, so let's practice radio calls. So what are you going to say when you contact tower?
Kenai Tower, 2423 uniform. Formation Oscar. Ending Kenai.
Yep, 10 south or whatever you're at. Yep, and your altitude.
Okay.
You are where you are. What do you want to do? Or are you going to say where you are, like mouth of the Kasilof?
Okay. Kenai Tower, 2423 uniform. We have information Oscar. We're at the mouth of the Kasilof, landing Kenai.
Cessna 2423 uniform Kenai Tower, enter left downwind, runway 20 right, report on downwind.
Landing 20 right.
So
The 23 uniform affirmative, and enter at left downwind, runway 20 right, report on downwind.
Entering left downwind, 20 right.
and he wants you to like repeat back everything.
Okay.
So what he's telling you to do is report your downwind when you're on the downwind, left downwind 20 right. So he did a good job saying we're landing 20 right, but I want to repeat back the whole thing. So our plan is he wants us on that left downwind just like before. But he wants us to report once we get on the downwind.
Okay.
Just we call him and tell him we're there. Okay. And then just keep your descent coming down. Alright, I'd let him know now.
Okay. Kenai Tower, 2423 uniform, left downwind, 20 right.
Cessna 23 uniform, runway 20 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 20 right.
And we dip below our pattern altitude too, so just watch that. Just like trying to keep your lines and your distances and your altitudes all normal. And what's the other part of your downwind setup? Wait. Watch your airspeed, gotta be below 100.
Okay.
To get that power back to where we usually have it, right? And so that's what I was talking about. Settling down, going from that fast en route phase to like settling into the airport. You did a couple of really great things.
I had it below, like I had the lower speed, but then
Right.
we're dipping too fast. So what should I have done?
I liked what you did. I liked that you sped up and you got over here.
Okay.
Then, we're in the landing process, so we should be slower. So yeah, get the nose up, because we're descending, right? Get your speed under control.
I have another notch of flaps.
Of course, yeah, you can have all of them if you want.
All the flaps.
Kenai Tower, morning Empire 765, Caravan on 3,600 feet, 1420 north, and cleared for the visual with Oscar.
Kenai 77, runway 20 right, clear to land.
Nice.
Just land in the Cessna.
Hey, and keep rolling out. That is what I would do. I would angle it here and give yourself time to line up with it. See it ahead of you.
You're gonna do perfect this time.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Keep it up. You got it.
Caravan 20 Tango Whiskey, go behind.
Okay, and then once you have it lined up, now keep it straight so you can't see it anymore. And then look for your wings out the window. Line the wings up with that line. A little bit more. Nice. Very nice. I think that's actually really good.
I told you, Sienna.
Alright.
Have faith in yourself.
735, runway, taxi park.
We thought we'd build a nice little lunch break into our day at this great little spot. And then we went over to get some fuel, and this happened.
Still a beautiful day. Just got some fuel. 2-3 uniforms, still looking mighty fine and clean. We've got a little visitor with us on the ramp here, but truthfully, it's not little. It's this big DC-6. Fuel it up.
Okay, as you guys know, we're supporting Sienna through Super Thanks. And you guys have been so amazing helping out with this process where we're essentially crowdfunding Sienna's training with your donations to her. So as you watch these videos and see and get something out of these videos that really helps you, please consider donating to her through the Super Thanks function here on the video, and I give 100% of those proceeds to her. I wish YouTube didn't take a little cut of that, but they do. Maybe there's a better way we can do it, but it's huge that she's been getting help from you guys as you've gotten something out of seeing her training. So thank you for doing that. You guys have been so generous, from the small donations all the way up to the big ones. Thank you so much. So let's get back to the training, and again, thank you.
And let's climb at 90 again. This is getting pretty warm. Again, fuel and air will help it cool down. And I'm pointing at the number 2. You see that 410?
Yeah.
Anything over 400. This one you ignore, the number 5. Number 5 should be, the temperature should be more like number 6. So now that we're cooled down a little bit more, if you wanted to continue a climb at 80, you could. That might give us a little bit more altitude gain. It also kind of doesn't matter because we're just going there and going a little faster. Again, that's called a cruise climb. You won't really see it in a book, but when you're getting out of the local area, you want to be at your BY, which is 80. That's your best climb over time. Wow. David, look how dark blue that is.
It's crazy.
Look at that.
From a crack on the ridge and
That's amazing.
4,500.
So this is a little bit of a quiz for you. You have a big valley like this. Which side, how do you fly through it? It's been a while since we talked about this stuff.
What do you mean?
So the human nature is to fly right down the middle,
Right.
which we have a lot of room to do in this particular valley, but say it's a tighter valley. Which side would you want to fly down? I'll give you that little cheat. You do want to fly down one side or the other.
Right?
Not always. It depends.
Oh,
Hey, look at our wind. So where's that wind coming from? See that?
oh yeah.
It's a left crosswind.
So you want to be more on the left side?
So think of what the wind will do. It's coming from this way. It's probably going to come over the mountains there and then dip down and then go up the other side and across. So being an airplane and being in the sky and subject to the wind, we would want to be on the right side of the valley in this case. We call that the windward side, or the way the wind is hitting. So the wind is hitting the broad faces of the mountains over here. So let's fly on the right side of the valley. You were correct in saying that, but you were kind of just guessing. But, you know, there is a reason to do it that way. Were you guessing, or were you actually?
I was guessing.
Okay. Then if there is a problem, like an updraft or a downdraft, we choose the updraft.
Right.
Then it's going to go up this way.
Valley flying is all about reading the wind. Stick to the windward side for smoother conditions and more options if things get bumpy or you have some drafts of wind. You'd rather have an updraft on the windward side than a downdraft on the lee side. These are small choices, but they can make a huge difference in safety and comfort.
Really pretty glacier-fed river there. And in a moment, you'd be able to see it up around the corner. And we're coming up here in the valley, which is also really pretty.
5,600.
Pretty pretty. David, is this everything you wanted?
It's beautiful.
So it's not everything you wanted.
You always want more, but yeah, this is pretty beautiful.
There's the glacier that river came from. Probably pass by there closer later on.
That's really spectacular. It's so cool to see these places that I spend a lot of time at.
Yeah, I bet it is.
It's like, wow. And it puts it all together.
Just flying through the mountains here, really gorgeous. Pretty cool. You see the Cooper Landing Airport up there?
Yeah.
Records Creek.
I'm on the wrong side of the plane.
That's that big beautiful mountain as you're coming into Cooper Landing. The one that juts up and...
Yeah. There's Slaughter Ridge right to our left. That's we hiked to it.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Sienna did that last year.
Wow.
Look at that, man. Look at the colors. Just so amazing.
Anything you want or need? You want to take some pictures?
Maybe, sure.
Okay. Let me finish this video. Okay, my controls.
Air controls.
My controls.
Beautiful day over the house.
Beautiful everywhere today, at least around here. So we were gonna turn there, but you guys want to just follow Kenai Lake?
Sure.
Okay. So, following a lake like this, we want to be a little bit more diligent about finding spots to land if there were a problem, because there's nowhere good in here. But there are better shorelines than others. So what I want you to do is I want you to hug the right side of the valley. So let's make it more spectacular. Then we can see the water, and we're not just right over the top of it, right? There's Cooper Lake. Pretty pretty. Isn't that lake amazing? I mean this Kenai Lake mostly.
Right into the mountain.
Ha. Let's go up here and then turn. Alright, your controls.
My controls.
Your controls. Wow, that's a shot of you. Nice. Pull this up. Part of Kenai Lake you never see. No access over here. So this is pretty cool. The Garmin GI-275 will yell at you if you're about to hit terrain. Of course, we already know that.
I got the other traffic in sight.
Because here we are.
I know, gotcha. I got you, thanks.
Ooh, look at the water behind us.
Yeah, that's so amazing. Let me get a shot of you two with the water behind you. Alright, look here. Nice. I think I got it. Kinda, it's weird. Your faces are all warped. And
Yeah, wide angle.
you look like
yeah.
Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, I bet that's some lake up there.
I think it is.
Or it could be Carter Lake. They're kind of next to each other. Crescent or Carter.
I think it's Crescent, at least looking here. Carter is, it looks like it's down there more.
Yeah.
The little lake.
They're not too far apart, but yeah.
Yeah, I can see it on the map here. So there is another little airport up here called Lawler. Or Lying. So if you needed to land there, you could. I mean, it's tight, so I mean, in an emergency, you'd need a training to go in there, but...
Wow, this is so cool.
That's awesome. So our original plan was to go to Seward, and you can see it is fogged in. So that's all right.
This is awesome. Just perfect. Amazing.
Where to?
So we're gonna come around here and turn the corner. This is that
Okay.
You can see this is that corner where you would have usually come down. That's where we originally flight planned, down Ski Lac, down this valley. That goes straight to the airport. Like, I can almost, I think I see one of the runways right now. But it's just so low, you can't get in there, you know? So yeah. So we're just gonna turn the corner here.
Are we going back up to Kenai or just like?
We're gonna go home. We're gonna go back to Homer. So look around the corner here. We might try to climb and go over part of the ice field here.
Okay.
But we just need to see what the airplane can and can't do right now. We're heavy, so I don't know how well she can do. But one way or another, we'll come around the corner here and head home.
Okay.
And I'm gonna actually, so I'm on that flight plan that just takes us here. So I'm gonna call flight service. And if I go info, flight service, I can find the, you see here on Seward, it's gonna be like a different frequency everywhere. So I'm gonna dial this in and call them and talk to them and change our flight plan. Kenai radio, Skyhawk 2423 uniform, speaking on 122.6 near Seward.
Skyhawk 2423 uniform, Kenai radio.
Kenai radio, we have a flight plan on file, and we're not going to be able to land in Seward, so we'd like to add 1 hour onto our flight plan. We're going to be going back through the valley that goes to the west through Ski Lac Lake. We may cut the corner and go over the ice field there, otherwise we're going back to Homer.
Alright, so good copy. You're going to go over towards Ski Lac Lake, and then now we're going to go to Homer instead of Seward, and you want your ETA updated from 1250 to 150. Does that sound correct?
Affirm, 2423 uniform. So now that we've diverted, what I want you to do is go up to your flight plan FPL and add in Homer. So just tap there and then start typing it in. And we're basically just gonna, as of now, we're basically just gonna go direct to Homer. So go ahead and tap Homer and hit direct to that orange. Okay, that does it there. It won't be over here though, unless what you want to do is just share to the panel. You could do something like that, or you could go to the airports there and do it. Exit glacier down to our right.
Oh, wow. Just looking on the other side.
You're welcome to dip the wing if you want to see it, Sienna.
Oh.
Flying over the Harding ice field is truly breathtaking, as you can see here, but it's also a test of safety and choices and the options that we have. We choose a higher altitude than needed. We're going up to about 8,000 feet. So we have a little bit of buffer just in case we're dealing with mountain wave turbulence or updrafts or downdrafts. We're at a pretty good altitude to get away from most of that and just safely stay up here out of the bumps and get a beautiful view. And then if anything were to go wrong, we have some time and some options to pick where we would set down safely.
Look at the blue over there.
Dang, yeah.
Wow.
There's that oil temp again.
Crazy, man. We're over the ice field, Sienna.
I think that's the top of Tustamina straight ahead of us.
This is so incredible.
I'm sure it is.
Like seeing this, Chris?
Do I like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I didn't know if you ever just like take things for granted.
This is really cool. I've only done this a couple times, but I also have like the pilot side of me that's like, we don't have great places to land.
Nope.
Honestly, actually though, this is actually a pretty good place to land. Like, would you rather land on this snow stuff, or would you rather land on a tree?
I think the snow stuff.
Yeah, I know, right? So, I don't know. It's, as long as we have the performance, like we're really heavy, and so it's not, we don't have a lot of extra left to give.
That's so amazing.
We are over the ice field. It's one of the largest, in fact, it is the largest ice field, contiguous ice field that is completely contained in the U.S. borders. So there's one over near the border of Alaska that's a bit bigger, but wow, this is just huge. And this, so we'll follow this and it'll come out the other side near Homer. And all the glaciers we have around here are fed from this big ice field. and see them kind of ramps down to the different glaciers. If you can let it creep out like 100 foot per minute climb or something, let's do that. Just at least put something else in the bank. 100 or 200 feet per minute, something like that. Just don't fight the altitude, just stay at level. Did you know the Kilchers came to Homer over the ice field?
No way.
Yeah,
Ow.
they like went from Seward and they like came
They
over.
walked?
Yeah, they came across, they entered like at Exit Glacier and they came across like in the 1920s. Look at how the wind has shaped the ice around those peaks.
Hey, Fairmount Line, got point 9.
Are you kidding me? That's nuts. Okay, look at how the wind has shaped the ice around these peaks. That's probably a couple 100 feet, that ice face there. A little lip on the left. That's crazy. Okay, as you come through an area like this, what you want to be concerned about is just your ability to control the airplane. We're obviously crossing this. We're crossing this at, first off, just being at an altitude, you can do it right. And we talked earlier about being really safe, like we thought we had to do this at 8,500 just to be safe. I would feel more comfortable at 8,500 right now, but it's kind of a struggle to get up there. What we're going to do now is we're just going to fly fast, so you can just level off. We'll fly fast right over this. That gives us a little extra juice in case we had to fly out of any updraft or downdraft, or out of any downdraft. Because we've made it. You can tell like the terrain's falling away. We're not going into it. But if it were windy, like a 10 knot steady, no, right now, no turbulence, like there's obviously not a lot going on up here, so that's halfway comforting. But if it were windy, you would not want to be low in a situation like this, because you can get mountain wave, stuff coming over, forcing you down, forcing you up, all sorts of stuff. So just picking your battles.
I fly over these mountains.
Sure, you can go.
Okay.
You can cut the corner if you want. Ow. An indicator we have is a big cheat. It's really, really helpful. Guess I should get another video for the gram. So there is an eye full of glacier. That is wide angle, folks. Very cool. And then see on this side the terminus of the glacier. Another eyeful, wide angle. Tells you how big it is. You can see those bright blue pools of water. Like blue Gatorade right on top of the glacier there. There's one right there in the middle.
It's crazy how the water just at the base of the glacier is like pretty brown.
Right.
And then it turns blue once it gets into the real lake.
That's interesting.
Oh. Alright, you need to go take a nap.
Hey, flying's hard. Okay, so you're arriving in Homer. What you gonna do?
Weather?
Huh?
Weather?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Can I be idle now?
You can start to work it back.
Okay.
And stationaries, are you guys plan on departing before Raven?
That'd be ideal, but I mean, yeah, I guess I haven't heard what they have to say yet, but...
Alright, good. Yep, keep working it back. Yep. Yep, just bleeding it off. Nice. Oop.
Beaver 8 Kilo Mike, what's your...
Nice.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's just amazing flying over that ice field. It's not something I do very often, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to do that. When Sienna actually goes and does her long cross country, I like for her to fly to this little airport that we weren't able to get to, Seward. So she's going to be going through these mountains, but as a student pilot, I don't want her flying over that ice field alone without an instructor. So that is a little bit of a shortcut back home, but a shortcut with a little bit of risk. So this is kind of going to be her one time to try that out, to see all that, and I hope you guys enjoyed those views as well. So tell us what your favorite part was in the comments. Did you enjoy that scenery? Did you enjoy another lesson along the way? Was there something you learned? Did you enjoy the entire process of seeing all that happen? Was there something else we could have put in? But thanks for being here, and make sure to like this video if you liked it, subscribe to stick around, and hit that notification bell so that when we do release a video, you get an email about it and you can watch it right away. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Fly safe, and until next time, throttle on.